Please welcome to the Leon Loft, Bahamas.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Stay right here, I'll be coming home soon. I just emptied my lungs to some empty room. So much to say, but I just hold my tongue. The whole world's for the taking, I'ma get me some. But I can do no wrong. No wrong. I'm stopping now, 'cause I'm due for rest. Been accused of the worst by some blue ribbon best. There's no mystery, no, there's nothing at all. I'm just repeating myself since I wrote Southern Drawl. But I can do no wrong. No wrong. No one really hurts me like you. No one hurts me quite like you do. To cut right through me with all that truth. No one hurts me quite like you do. I was the champion, but I folded my hand. I got lonely up there in that one-man band. Now I'm falling for a friend of a friend. I see my whole life coming up round the bend. But I can do no wrong. No wrong. No wrong. No
Instead of waiting, will you just right away introduce everybody that is Bahamas,
This is
please?
Felicity Williams right here singing beside me. Yep. Darcy Yates back here on the bass guitar. Jason Tate on the drum kit right here. And this is Christine Bougie on the guitar. Yeah.
And thank you again. So as I mentioned in the intro, a lot of different things going on here, starting with your work in Los Angeles. This with Pino Palladino and James Gadsden on drums, Pino on bass. Well, that's a very different start.
Sure.
And a different way of working. And these two guys, y'all can look them up. Their history, they've worked with so many people that there really are no references anymore.
It's true, they're very expensive.
And they've just created music.
Yeah.
It's like pure music,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure. That's what it felt like playing with them anyway, you know.
What was the idea to go there and work with them?
Yeah, I think I just wanted to work with those guys because they just have a history of making something really, really rhythmic and funky, and I never wanted to say the word funky. Yeah, that was kind of the sort of general idea. But as we got closer to the date, and then even once we started recording, I just sort of realized, like, it's just music, you know. It's nice to not talk about genre. We don't talk about the approach or the style or anything like that. I just started playing the song, and I mean, for that matter, I mean, that's generally how I play with everybody, you know. I mean, with this band included, you know, it's much more fun to just let people be themselves rather than tell them what to do, you know.
All right.
So, I mean, obviously those guys have a very defined character and personality to their playing, and yeah, it was just a thrill to play with them.
So no charts,
Yeah.
no rehearsals, like
No.
you just showed up and
Yeah.
said, okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it was either going to be a very expensive jam session or like a great album. I feel pretty confident that the album's pretty solid, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you start writing? The songs that you were writing, did you know that these were going to be how you started these songs?
Yeah,
beforehand?
a good chunk of them. I didn't have a whole lot of ideas, and then once we came up with the idea of working with them, then I started, you know, just with that in mind, the musical juices started flowing, and I just started writing songs and trying to not fill in the gaps, musical gaps, so to speak, you know. And so, yeah, a lot of the songs I would just kind of get to the studio and just sing them out into the air or just clap them out on my hands, and then we would just go for it, you know. So that's kind of an exciting way to work because all the musicians are just kind of on the edge of their seat, you know. Yeah. And I think you can hear that in the recordings. The recordings are really just sort of immediate, and the sound is just jumping out of the speaker, you know.
So you were sort of writing things with no idea. Like, no charts, no rehearsals means no preconceived notions. You knew the caliber of the players that you were going to work with.
Yeah.
But no idea how this was going to form.
Yeah, but that's what's exciting about it, you know? I mean, if you knew it was going to happen, that would be no fun. You know, if you're on a first date and you weren't sure if that kiss was going to happen, I mean, that's kind of the best part, you know, is just wondering if it's all going to come together. And even when it doesn't, there's sort of beauty in that too, you know. I mean, we recorded songs that didn't make the album too, and I feel like those ones for me are the sweetest because I'm the only one that heard them, and they're kind of they're not quite right, but there's just something, you know, there's something amazing there too. So it's nice to you get the full spectrum, you know.
No Wrong was not actually from that session, right?
No,
that came afterwards.
Recorded with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that session, I was all fired up, and I flew right from LA to Europe. We had quite a long tour there, and I just, you know, had these basic tracks, and I was all, you know, just fired right up, and I was showing everyone the tracks, and everyone else was kind of feeling it, and it just felt like there was momentum, you know, musical momentum. And so I just sort of booked a studio. We had a day off in Prague and booked a studio, and we just went in there and did a couple tracks that ended up, you know, on the record. And I mean, it's a testament to these guys too, because the playing, you can't really tell what was recorded where, you know. The songs really just fit so well together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next?
I'd like to do a song called Opening Act, and it's about being the opening act on a tour. Sometimes sometimes you pay to see a band that you like, and you got to watch a band you don't like before that happens, right? And we're very often that band.
Well, I know it isn't me that the people came to see, but don't feel bad, 'cause we're the opening act, and yes, the place is packed, and so I'm glad. 'Cause it wasn't long ago I wasn't offered a show of any kind, so now I try and say yes, even if it's not the best. For me, that's fine. Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough? Shoot, Well, I can't be afraid of mistakes I've made or ones I ain't made yet. 'Cause I already know to fail is to grow, and that's the thanks you get. But sometimes I wake up and think I had enough, like I lost a bet. Now that music is free and you can't blame me, blame the internet. Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough? Watch out, Acoustic Café. That little note will get you. Let's do it again. It's almost as good as that ringtone at the top of the set, right? Here we go. Woo! There's no company car, there's no passing the bar, there's no end in sight. And I know it ain't wrong if some half-written song keeps me up at night. 'Cause if I open my mouth and nothing comes out, I won't be reduced. 'Cause I always remember to pull out my fender and just let her loose. Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough? Why you treating me like a stranger? Why you punishing me with your love? Why you running from me like I was danger? Is my music not good enough? Shoot,